Welcome back, and it is time to queue up Sanjeevni, our campaign which believes that the jab is the shot of life and every Indian must take it. Our effort is to build awareness and encourage more people to take the vaccine. And starting with some good news on the vaccine front itself, Russia ambassador to India today said the single-dose Sputnik Light COVID-19 vaccine is expected to launch in India very soon. India and Russia will also coordinate on mutual recognition of the vaccine certifications. Yesterday, Pune-based Serum Institute of India and Russian Direct Investment Fund announced plans to start producing Sputnik V COVID-19 vaccine in India from September. The manufacturer aims to produce 300 million doses of the vaccine in India. There are also plans to have a mix and match vaccine between Russia's Sputnik V and Covishield. And speaking to CNN News 18, Kirill Dmitriev, CEO of RDIF, had confirmed that Sputnik Light, once it gets the approval, will also be manufactured by the Serum Institute, and there would be a mix and match of Sputnik Light and Covishield. But listen in to what the Russian ambassador to India had to say.
We are very successful in supporting the international effort to fight against COVID-19. It's a matter of pride that Sputnik vaccine, being part of the Indian vaccination campaign, is gradually increasing its partnerships here. The launch of the Sputnik Light vaccine in India is also expected soon. We are committed to continue a discussion on mutual recognition of vaccination certificates.
Runjun Sharma now joins us with more. Runjun, the expectation is that across the 6 manufacturers and then also adding Serum Institute to that, by September, Sputnik V should be manufacturing about 35 to 40 million doses per month.
Yes, that is the statement that the company also says, Anand. In fact, remember the Drug Controller General of India had given permissions to Serum Institute to start manufacturing Sputnik V here in India. And now RDIF are also saying that as far as the vaccine is concerned, they can start producing it in September, and they have a good capacity. This permission, which is given by the DCGI for now, is for manufacturing the vaccine in India, Anand. But where will it be sold, in India or outside of India? Those details are still awaited. Also, let me tell you that the subject expert committee earlier has asked Dr. Reddy that there is no need for phase 3 trials as far as Sputnik V vaccine is concerned. Sputnik Light also, in fact, that the immunogenicity data and the efficacy data from Russia, which was submitted, will be enough for getting a market authorization. So things are moving, things are developing. The hope is that once again we're seeing the slight slump as far as the vaccination piece is concerned.
Right.
With more vaccines, we'll be able to tackle this once again.
Well, thanks for your inputs, Runjun. Now, quick check of where the Sanjeevni Gadi has been up and about. Our aim is to go across to more than 500 villages across 5 critical districts, spread over 5 states in the country. So far, the Sanjeevni Gadi is active in around 3 districts today. Nashik, in Khedagaon, in Guntur, in Anglakuduru. It is present there today. These are the 2 districts covered so far, 410 villages, and more than 204,000 people, roughly about 205,000 people have been contacted, and the awareness has been spread. They've been encouraged to take the vaccine. Joining us now is Dr. Shailesh Wagle, Manager, Community Investment, United Way, Mumbai. Dr. Wagle, namaste. Let me ask you this. How difficult, how easy has it been, or is it getting progressively easier? I'm unable to hear you. Are you on mute?
Am I audible, sir?
You're audible now. Go ahead, please.
All right. So what I was saying is, when the teams are working on ground, there is vaccine hesitancy for sure, which we are trying to tackle. We have been getting these experiences where the teams are not allowed in some places. People are not really, happy with the teams talking to them about or trying to convince them about the vaccine. But we also have stories where the government stakeholders, the Anganwadi Sevikas, the district health officers, have been instrumental in, joining us in reaching out to people, and we have been able to get more than 4,000 people transported to get the vaccine. About 10,000 plus registrations we have been able to do. And the teams, I think, are doing a great job. Now with more awareness coming into light and more people getting vaccinated, the task is becoming a bit easier, but the vaccine hesitancy is still there for sure.
So what has changed on ground? Have more people getting the vaccines and then showing that they're positively responding to it helped? Or are people now looking at the third wave and realizing they need to get the vaccine if they want to continue with their livelihood?
It's both actually, where people have smaller children at home are, getting more aware that they need to get the vaccine to save their children from the COVID infection. At the same time, people are seeing examples in their community. Many people are, completing their second doses and not really getting anything that the myths are talking about. So people are getting more confidence that yes, the vaccine is not really affecting people, but helping them. And this is what we are also seeing on the ground, that people are going by the examples from their community.
But what kind of resistance are you getting? And from which group? Is there a gender-based resistance or an age group-based resistance to vaccination?
Not really a gender-based or an age-based, but it's more of a communal part. Is where people are little disconnected from the social media. People do not really have the technological advantage of gathering credible information, and they rely on information that is spread through the word of mouth. Is where the resistance is there, and also in little difficult to reach areas where information has not reached the way it has reached in the semi-urban or semi-rural parts. But not really into gender-based or age-based. When we talk about age-based, people are really, those who are below 18 are really enthusiastic to get the vaccine, but they are not able to get it. So yeah, I think it's the technological disadvantage that can lead to such resistance.
Well, now with technological disadvantage, also with the National Institute or the health agencies, now they're saying we're going to have helpline numbers. You can do spot registration on ground. Anything interesting that you and your team have encountered which you'd like to share with our viewers? Any anecdote, instance where somebody was hesitant and you were able to speak to them and they changed their mind and went and got the jab?
Absolutely. I think in most of the places, the idea of tackling resistance is conversation. People are believing in things that are not verified. And when our team goes there and they share verified information and they are accompanied by the Anganwadi Sevikas, the Asha workers, who people believe in, who people trust. And that is where we break, the chain and we convince them to come to the vaccination. I think one of the best example is when somebody who was really not interested in getting the vaccine accompanied a person to a vaccine center and then changed his mind and he took the vaccine there in the walk-in vaccination. I think those sort of examples really do motivate us.
True. May that tribe grow. May more and more people get vaccinated, and may states not hold the doses in their hand or hold on to stocks. May they just send it out there and get more and more people, and let us build a pressure on the center and saying get us more doses rather than saying we are sitting on the doses. Dr. Shailesh Wagle, always a pleasure to speak to you. All the best to you and your team. Great work done. Continue on with the good job. Thank you very much. And before we move on from Sanjeevni to other stories here in the Nation at 5, we have to cue up a short excerpt of this beautiful anthem composed by Shankar Mahadevan. He's also sung it.
आपने टीका लगाया क्या?
टीका लगा, वो जरा टीका लगा। जब अपनी बारी आए टीका लगा। टीका लगा, वो जरा टीका लगा। जब अपनी बारी आए टीका लगा। टीका लगा, वो जरा टीका लगा। वो जरा टीका 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 लगाया क्या? लगवा ले चुबन जरा सहले सहले तू सबसे ये कह ले है जनहित में जारी मिलती क्या डरना ओ निडर टीका लगा वो जरा टीका लगा जब अपनी बारी आए टीका लगा वो जरा टीका लगा लगाया क्या? जब अपनी बारी आए टीका लगा.
Moving on, and Health Minister Mansukh Mandavia has hit out at the opposition for spreading panic on vaccine situation in the country. In a series of tweets, Mansukh Mandavia laid down the facts about how many jabs have been provided to states, saying statements by the political opponents are totally false. He has gone on to mention that all states and union territories have been informed in time about the availability of vaccines by the centre. He's gone on to also list that the entire supply for the month of July has been already listed out and spelt out to the states, and there is no need for anybody to spread misinformation. A series of tweets coming in from the health minister, who has said that it is unfortunate that there are political leaders and also governments of various states who are misleading with wrong information. Payal Mehta now joining us with more details. Payal, he's come out and said that close to more than 1.8 crore vaccines, if I remember that correctly, are actually available with the states even now.
Anand, very importantly, the health minister who's newly taken charge of, from Dr. Harshwan, Mr. Mansukh Mandavia over here, putting everything on record. He's been saying that there is a constant attempt which has been there to malign the reputation of the central government, since the central government had taken charge only when the states urged them to take back the charge as far as the procurement of the vaccines is concerned. And obviously the distribution of the vaccines within the state has been left to the states alone as well. So this constant attempt to try and create a fear in the minds of the people that there are no vaccines and they will not get vaccinated is most unfortunate as well. And every single day when the health ministry puts out the details of the vaccine and the number of vaccines that we've really given, they also put out a detail of the number of vaccines that are available, with the states as well. So obviously there is no guesswork going on over there as well. And this attempt, Anand, has been made, if I remember very accurately, at least twice by the Delhi government in the last 2 months. Even last month, the government had to come out and clarify that there are more than 50 lakh plus vaccines that were available with the Delhi government, and the centre had already assured the states that enough number of vaccines that are required would be ordered in the month of July as well. We're still in the middle of July, and we still have quite a few days to go. So there is no reason for a fear to really be created in the minds of the people, and that's what the Prime Minister has also been saying, that if you can't take a person to a vaccination centre, at least do a great service to the nation by not discouraging anybody and creating a fear in their mind, saying that there are no vaccines.
Payal, thank you for your inputs. Mansukh Mandavia is saying that in the month of June, of about 11.46 crore doses were made available. In the month of July, about 13.5 crore doses have been made available, and the details for this were given to the states, the breakup of the batches, when they will be available as early as the 19th of June itself. Moving on. The Supreme Court has issued notices to Uttar Pradesh and the centre over the Yogi government's decision to go ahead with the Kawar Yatra. Taking suo motu cognizance over this issue, the apex court has said it is disturbing to know that Uttar Pradesh has given the nod to the event, even as Uttarakhand has put a ban on it this year. The bench headed by the Justice R.F. Nariman has said that the decision to allow the Yatra has left citizens perplexed, especially when even Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said that there should be absolutely no complacency as far as the third wave is concerned. The matter will be heard on the 16th of July. Arunima now joining us with more details. Arunima, now there are multiple opinions on this. Uttarakhand has come out and said that we don't want to risk a spread of a third wave or cause a similar situation as of Kumbh. But Yogi Adityanath, while speaking to News 18, has said that nobody will be stopped, but nobody will be allowed to break protocol too. He's put the onus on the district administrations to ensure that protocols are in place. But will they really be able to effect the control that is expected?
That is the fear. On paper, every government, every administrator says that, COVID protocols should be followed. But on the ground, implementation becomes a problem. And this is reflected in the Union Home Secretary's letter to the state chief secretaries and duty administrators today, where he says that increasingly states are reporting that in hill stations, public transport, markets, establishments, everywhere, you are seeing COVID inappropriate behavior. So it is difficult for Uttar Pradesh administrators on the ground to ensure that, social distancing norms are maintained. If Kawadiyas are going to walk for such long distance, can you ensure that they are masked up all the time? They do stop for food, they stop for rest, and those shamiyanas which are then put up for them, can you ensure that social distancing is maintained in that? there are challenges before Uttar Pradesh, and it will be interesting to note what stance the central government takes in all this. Because when the Uttarakhand Chief Minister came to Delhi, before he announced his Kawar-related decision, he met the Prime Minister, he met the Home Minister, and therefore the sense we got was that before he announced, he did consult the top echelons of the government and then made his decision public. If his decision has the centre's support, will the centre then stand by the Uttar Pradesh government in the Supreme? It will be interesting to note that.
Yeah, the other question is the asthais or the yatris. Why should they refrain from undertaking the yatra this time around and give health and life primacy and observe the discipline of the pilgrimage this time around from the confines of their homes? That's another question. Anusha now joining us. Anusha, what did the courts observe and when is the next hearing?
Friday, Anand, that's when the hearing is scheduled. As Arunima already laid down the contours, the most interesting part would be to see how centre strikes a balance between what has been said by the state and the government of Uttarakhand in terms of cancelling the Yatra and UP having a completely different stand. Both are poll-bound states, so clearly it will be interesting to see what the central government has to say on the matter. Justice Rohington Nariman, when he said in the open court today that he wants to take a suo motu cognizance of the case, he said that even the Prime Minister has said that there cannot be any complacency in this matter and we need to keep our guard up as far as third wave is concerned. When the government is so vigilant, why are different signals being sent from different state governments? That is leaving people a lot confused. So clearly in the larger public interest, the court has taken suo motu cognizance. On Friday when the next hearing happens, that's when we'll see to what extent does the judiciary intervene in this matter.
Well, thanks for your inputs, Arunima and Anusha. Short break here on The Nation at 5. Stay with us.